Greetings, West Sacramento. Welcome to West Sac Best Eats, where we dine on all the fabulous food West Sacramento restaurants have to offer. Heard exclusively here on KYWSLP 92.9 FM on your radio dial. I'm your host, Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hello.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me at our dining room table for our little program here. Okay. We ate at Sal's Tacos, and Sal's Tacos is located at 400 C Street in West Sacramento of California. It's the area Burgers and Brews down there, Midway Bar and Grill is down there, Teriyaki Madness is down there. It's low-key, it's cute, it's very walkable. It was 6:30 at night. We went last night. It's dark early because of spring daylight savings. Spring forward, fall back. It's dark at like 5:30. And I'm an old man and I'm scared of the dark. So we didn't walk. It's not well lit down there, to be perfectly frank. But during the day, it's a lovely little area. We like going down there and having a grand old time. Sal's Tacos, we don't know much in terms of actual facts or information, but we do follow West Sacramento on Facebook, a few groups. So Sal's was open for a long time, and then we went there once, and then it closed. Could be from a pandemic, could be bad business. We don't know. We only know scurrilous rumors on the Facebook. But it's been relaunched, rebranded. It's still the same exact structure, and it's a lovely little location building they have. Yeah, so I don't know what had happened, but it closed sometime within the past 2 years, and then it opened less than a year ago under new ownership. Again, I don't have any facts.
But do you know for sure it's new ownership?
No.
Oh, okay.
But someone on Facebook said something, and I will not investigate. I'm not morally safer over here.
You believe everything you read on the internet.
Right. Well, I believe 40 to 80% of it. So it is relaunched under the same name, same location. They didn't change anything structure-wise. But we went there about 2 years ago when we first moved to West Sac, and we went there for breakfast, and we sat outside. But most noteworthy thing I remember is that they had like a Tortilla Lady. Like she was there slapping together fresh, hot tortillas with maize, whatever it's called, and whipping them up and then grilling them. I was like, well, that's something cool. That's how you know they're legit and authentic. And it was entertaining.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, can we get some of those, or do they sell them by the bag? I know a few similar restaurants in San Diego that, they sell them with your dinner, but then you can buy bags of tortillas.
I would love if more restaurants did that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun. And then like if they had a bar and a margarita lady and a tortilla lady, or man.
Ooh, they could have a sauce lady whipping up all the hot sauces. Oh my gosh. And I would buy that stuff by the bottle.
A condiment lady.
Yeah.
we're essentially describing waitresses and bartenders, but kitchen staff. We went there about 2 years ago. Okay. You walk in. I mean, well, start out, even from the outside, it's straight up like visually it makes a mark.
It's a party.
Yeah.
It was dark, like you said last night. We were driving down the road perpendicular to where we would see it. We turned the corner. Mm-hmm. And I was like, ooh, look at all those lights.
Yeah.
There's tons of white lights strung up outside.
Yeah.
It's like an oasis in the desert of the darkness as we were driving towards it.
Yes.
And so, you're there for a fun time.
Yeah. And they have in giant letters, TACOS, tacos, like it's spelled out in huge letters, not well lit. I thought, well, this could be perfect for the gram. These people out here who just want the clout and likes, they could take pictures in front of this. But two things. It was really dark last night and it's not well lit. And the other thing is that we parked right in front of the tacos, lettering the signage. But if maybe you have your Instagram boyfriend play traffic cop say no parking here, while my lady puts a picture of herself in front of these giant letters spelling tacos. But yeah, it's well lit. Inside, super colorful. Just it just breathes like Mexico.
Yeah, it's a party. It's a fiesta in there.
Yeah.
Just floor to ceiling. There's tons of colorful tile.
Yeah.
The walls are covered with these shiny tile mosaic pictures.
Yeah.
And they're in the images of famous people like Frida Kahlo, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
A ton of
Vladi Divac.
Local Sacramento Kings basketball players.
Yeah.
Each have their own mosaic.
Yeah.
It's so bright. It's so much fun. There's colorful flags hanging from the ceiling. Even the bar, the bar where the cashier is, it's beautiful. It's lit. I feel like they don't waste any space. Like everywhere you look, nothing is empty. There's always something to feast your eyes upon.
Yeah, there's like I said, Vladi Divac, and then they have Brad Miller, who most people don't know. He wasn't LeBron James, to put it succinctly, but he has his own mural up on the wall there. But Brad Miller, most known as a marijuana enthusiast.
Okay.
Yeah, so he made it to the big dance, and you can too. Okay.
Even the bathroom, after we were eating, we went into the bathroom together to wash our hands.
Yes.
Floor to ceiling, colorful little tiles.
Yeah.
Every color of the rainbow. So it's just gorgeous everywhere you step foot.
Yeah, like an oasis in the desert. It's just very it feels like you're walking into to Mexico, to a restaurante in Mexico.
Ambiance out the wazoo.
Yes. And then I mentioned the outside area. It was cold and dark last night, so we didn't sit there. But I imagine daytime, nice weather, nice warm weather. Like you said, a party, fiesta, like a discoteca.
Yeah.
I would imagine it's a scene. And did we mention the Tortilla Lady? See, we need to get the status of the Tortilla Lady.
Right. She obviously wasn't outside last night in the cold and darkness.
Right.
Because they treat their employees right there at Sal's.
Yes.
So we have no idea if she was working earlier in the morning, or is she even existing under the current reincarnation of Sal's
ownership? Yeah. We need to bring her back.
Where is Taco Lady?
Bring her back. Free Taco Lady. Free Britney. Maybe the Tortilla Lady is like Superman, and he goes on ice for a couple centuries, and then they defrost him, and they're like, Superman, we need you. Tortilla Lady, we need you. Te necesitamos. One thing I wanted to mention, we sat in a booth right near the entrance, and so there was it was bustling. It
was very busy.
Very busy. But we sat right next to the entrance, the door, so people were coming in and out. But with that came people like staring at our food. Like they would come in and instantly lock eyes with our plates. And one guy in particular looked at my plate and said to the waiter, "Oh, what did he get?" And the guy said, "Oh, carnitas." He's like, "Oh, I'm going to get that." And I thought, dude, like, I feel like I'm Taylor Swift at Panera. I'm just trying to have my little carnitas plate, and you're taking pictures of me and asking for autographs and bothering me, and I'm just a celebrity trying to mind my own business over here. And I thought that was annoying what he was doing. But then I thought, I do that.
I do that all the time.
I know, we all do that.
Okay.
You walk in, you look around. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that. Hey,
heck yeah.
I half expected him to walk over and be like, "Oh, is that good, man?" And I don't know how I would have reacted. Like,
yeah, man.
While I'm chewing,
a thumbs up always works.
Right. Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk about is it's the classic. Both of our entrees. You got the fajitas, I got the carnitas, came with tortillas. And the classic debate that is just elicits tons of rancor, honey, is the flour versus corn tortilla. We had the choice last night. But what do you think of when you... Why do you choose one over the other? What pops in your head? Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections?
It's always a hard choice for me because I genuinely love both choices.
Yeah.
It usually depends on what is on my plate. What's my entree?
Mm-hmm.
So last night, for example, I went with the flour tortilla.
Yeah.
because I knew I wanted to put my fajita fillings in the tortilla and eat it like a little taco burrito thing.
Yeah.
It also depends on my mood.
Yeah.
What I'm just craving something.
Yeah.
But it's a hard choice.
Yeah. I go with right away I think of calories because
I never think of calories.
Corn tortillas are smaller and flour tortillas can be ginormous or they're bigger.
I think overall, I say this really knowing nothing, I think corn tortillas are healthier overall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, because corn grows up from the ground, and where does flour come from?
I think flour is a plant. It's derived from a plant.
Sure, you just pick up your flower plant in your rooftop garden. But I always look at corn as healthier. Flour as it's tastier. It's like bendier. It's bigger. It's better. It's a better culinary experience, in my opinion. But this from backyardtaco.com. Yes, that's a website, honey. Corn tortillas have been around for much longer than their flour counterparts. Also, corn has been a staple ingredient of Mexican cuisine for thousands of years. Thousands of years, honey.
Wow.
That's almost as long as I've been around. So, if you are looking to prepare a Mexican dish that is as authentic as possible, corn tortillas are the way to go. Flour tortillas didn't exist until Spaniards brought wheat flour to the Americas.
Oh, colonization?
Yes, exactly. So I think when you order a corn tortilla, you get respect by the restaurant staff. Like, all right, this guy ain't messing around. And then when you order flour, well, you're just an ugly American. But
it's like when we go to Vietnamese food and you, a Vietnamese man, ask the waiter for a fork.
Yes, and he hangs his head in shame, and
he hits your chopsticks off the table.
Yeah, you don't deserve these. Get out of here. There is shame in it. That I'm just acquiescing that I cannot use chopsticks. I'm half Vietnamese. I'm half white. But for whatever reason, I've never been able to use chopsticks. So asking for... I remember going to dinners with tons of my family, my Vietnamese side, Vietnamese family. 20, 30 people. They'd be chopsticking away, and I'd be like, excuse me, can I get a fork? And then the waiter would be like...
They're like, Vince.
And my 20 relatives would be like, I can't believe it. But back then I was 12 and I didn't really care. But now that I'm 45, I still hang my head in shame. Okay. What did we get? We got, for appetizer, because we were hungry, dude. We got, right off the bat, house-made chips and salsa. Sal's Tacos calls it totopos. It comes with green and red sauce. Well, I would define the green as sauce and then the red is salsa.
What's the difference between those two words?
Listen, honey, we could get into that, but then we'd have to obligatorily debate pineapple on pizza or whatever. What did you think, honey? The house-made chips and salsa totopos with green and red salsas.
I don't know where Tortilla Lady was.
Yeah.
But there definitely was a tortilla chip lady back there somewhere because these were homemade from grandma's hands.
Yeah.
With love. Abuela. These were the best tortilla chips I've ever eaten.
They were good.
I normally cannot eat a tortilla chip just plain.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I always have to just like coat it with tons of sauce or dip.
Yeah.
I was just eating these by the handful without dipping them in anything.
Yeah.
They were the perfect texture, not too crunchy, not too soft.
Yeah.
Just the perfect amount of saltiness.
Yes.
They tasted so good.
Yeah. They were warm. They were a little greasy. Right amount of salt. Maybe Tortilla Lady is mad at Tortilla Chip Lady. Maybe they brought in Tortilla Chip Lady as like to replace Tortilla Lady eventually. And she's like younger and Tortilla Lady doesn't like Tortilla Chip Lady. There's all sorts of drama. Have you ever seen Hell's Kitchen, honey? All sorts of aggravation that happens behind the scenes at the restaurant. The totopos, yeah, really good. what did you think? The green salsa versus the red salsa?
Both salsas were really good.
Yeah.
I preferred the red.
Yes.
Just slightly.
Yeah.
And they bring the basket out with 1 cup of each color.
Yeah.
I think you asked for 3 refills of the salsas.
Yeah.
Because it was so good. And of course, we were just going through it so quickly.
Yeah. I thought they were both good. The green tomatillo base, and that's fine. But I thought the red was really good. It went perfectly with the chipped. They complemented each other, honey. Just like we compliment each other, honey. But yeah, to start off the bat, and it was $3. It was $3, chips and salsa. And initially, I thought, oh, we're just gonna get 1 basket of chips because they weren't clear, and the waiter brings you the chips. It's not like self-serve. So I thought, oh, is it gonna be 1 basket for $3? Which not bad, but the other waiter he was kind of playing the front of house host, right? That's what you used to do.
Right.
At
Applebee's, I used to work.
In Gold River.
Right.
But that guy was also waitering, but he brought us over another giant basket of chips. So I was like, ooh, this is good. Although I wish he hadn't, because then I ate them all. Like at the end of the meal, we had 80% of this giant second basket of chips. And I was just like, oh, well, I don't want it to go to waste. And
no.
Vladi Divac is over there staring at me. And so I ate them all. And, well, I paid for it. Let's just say. Okay, now our entrees. You got the fajitas, honey, described as bell peppers, onions, your choice of meat. You got the steak. And, of course, it comes with rice and beans and your choice of flour or corn tortillas. You got flowers. Fajitas, honey, thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections?
I have not had fajitas in years.
Yeah.
It was a regular dish that my mom cooked for dinners when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And so that might be the last time I had it. It was my mom's homemade fajitas.
Huh.
So it stuck out to me on the menu for whatever reason. I wanted to do something a little bit different.
Yeah. They got the traditional. They got a bunch of tacos. They got a bunch of different kind of burritos. But I wanted like something from their special plate area just to try something different, because the taco, it can be good. Burrito, yeah, it can be good. But yeah, so we both got something from their special plate section.
So they bring the plate to our table.
Yes.
What a presentation.
Yes.
Let me tell you. It's gorgeous.
It's all for the gram.
Oh, and I posted on the gram.
Yeah.
Stuck atop my beans were these 2 chips.
Yeah.
They were different than tortilla chips.
Yeah.
They were very crispy. It was like the texture of a shell when you get a taco salad and it comes in the shell.
Yeah.
It was more that, like, kind of thicker.
And the shape was like, because I got 2 also. It was like a long, narrow pyramid.
Yeah.
Or something like a triangle.
Those were super good.
Those were fun.
They were so fun.
Yeah.
So delicious.
Yeah.
First of all, once again, I talked about the chips being homemade. This whole plate tasted like it was made by a loving person.
Yeah.
And then nothing tasted like it came out of a can.
Right.
Or was mass made in a factory across town.
Like
everything
at Applebee's, right?
Like in a lot of places.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I've seen the TikToks. Okay. Behind the scenes, I mentioned Panera, but everything's bagged, everything's frozen, and it's fine, but homemade, simmering away all day, it tastes better.
The beans were so good.
Yeah.
Like a good balance of liquidy and texture with the beans.
Yeah.
Cotillon cheese on top.
Yeah.
Super delicious. The fajitas was good. It's bell peppers and onions grilled with the steak meat.
Yeah.
Also grilled, I assume.
Yes.
I put some in my tortilla and made like a little burrito taco thingy.
Yeah.
But it was good. The meat was good just by itself.
Yeah.
I just started eating it plain with the veggies and the meat.
Yeah,
Super delicious.
I ate your last tortilla.
I was so full and so happy when this meal was over.
Yeah, that's one thing, because your steak, your fajita steak, and my carnitas, huge portions. Like you talk about photogenic and picturesque and aesthetically pleasing, but it comes out, presentation, it was beautiful. But yeah, half the plate is a protein, and it was like, wow, this is a lot of meat, and so I was all for that. But you enjoyed the fajitas,
I did,
as it were. yeah, I had a few bites of yours. They were good. Enjoyed it. I got the carnitas, quote, little bits of meat, unquote. That's from the menu. Also from the menu, carnitas, slow simmered, savory pulled pork with grilled onion and cascabel salsa. Also comes with rice, beans, and warm corn or flour tortillas. I got the flour because I'm xenophobic. I'm an ugly American. Well, the flour tortillas is just, it's bigger, so you can make a taco. You
More
make
food.
More food. Okay. I'm a chunky boy. I just want more. I want it to be. I want extra gluten in my flour tortilla. I just want more. I'm a greedy American. I'm a overweight American, and I just want to consume as much as possible. And little corn tortillas, no, not for me. I'm an ugly American. So my carnitas, like I said, tons of meat. Beans were bussin'. So we regularly buy refried beans, the canned. Rosarita is the brand, right?
We buy all types of brands. No,
Okay.
non-names, yeah.
Yeah.
They're all essentially the same.
Yeah, exactly. But I steer clear from them. I don't see the appeal of a canned refried bean. It's not my jam. But sometimes you'll mix it with salsa and cheese, and then that turns into a tasty compote. But overall, just I don't like beans, especially refried beans. I stay away. But these beans were good. You could tell that they were cooking for whatever hours, and it was seasoned just right. And I really enjoyed them. And I do not like refried beans usually. Even the rice, Spanish rice, red rice, whatever you want to call it, is good. I feel like a lot of times Spanish rice, it's just white rice with like a little red, like a little tomato or something. And there's nothing really differentiating it from white rice. But this was really good Spanish rice. And then the protein, the carnitas, SLAPPED, slapped. They were good quality pork. Not a ton of marinade or flavoring, but I like that because there was a lot going on with the salsas and the rice, the beans. So I was making little burritos, or were they tacos? Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't know. But it was super good, and there was a ton of it, and I enjoyed my meal immensely. I'm so glad we went to Sal's. At one point, I got beans on my jacket. Like I spilled some beans on my jacket, and I thought, well, I'm a 45-year-old man, and I spilled like a child. Like you, when we have dinner at home, you warn Lennox, stop, don't eat over your plate, eat over your plate. And I thought, why aren't you saying that to me? Lennox is 10. I'm 45.
I didn't know you needed it.
I know.
Oh, now I know in the future.
I do. But I initially went to clean it, and then I thought, no, this is my shame. This is my scarlet letter. But in the scarlet letter, it's an A, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this will be a B.
Okay.
For bean, or F for frijole, which is beans in Spanish. But yeah, Sal's, big time win. Our tab was $35 total, which I thought was a really good price. I was expecting more for whatever reason, but we got a ton of food. Anytime we can get out the dough under $40, I think it's a win. One thing that you made note of, when we were done, they brought over a little, well, it's the size of a phone. I don't know if it's exactly a quote unquote phone, but it's like a little tablet where they ran your card and then you signed it and you're like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah, I hate at a restaurant when you go to pay, they put the little tray on your table with your receipt.
Yeah.
I put my card down, and then they take it away. Who knows how long they're going to be gone for? We're ready to go. I want my card back.
Yeah.
But this time, he saw my card on the tray, brought the little device over, and then he walked away.
Yeah.
So I popped my card in. Yeah. I added the tip. Yeah. Signed it, and then we were good to go. Yeah. And I thought that was so convenient. We got out the door a lot quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. You tipped 20%, which the guy absolutely deserved. It was only one waiter. And then the host guy who was kind of waitering. But two guys running the restaurant. And there weren't 900 people in there, but it was decent amount of people, and it was people coming in and out.
Another note that reminds me of, our food came out really quickly.
Yes.
But not too quickly. Not suspiciously.
Oh, okay.
But quick.
Yeah.
So it was just a very smooth, wonderful experience.
Yes. It was a good process. It was seamless, as they say. Okay. And then after that, so our plan was, we did the quintessential West Sacramento evening Friday night, honey. First, we went to Dollar Tree, where we bought a spray bottle to spray at our cat, who meows at 2 a.m. begging for food, and he won't leave us alone. Anyways, then we went to Target to buy said cat food. So Dollar Tree, Target, but then we went to Sal's Tacos for Din Din, and then the plan was, which we did, we went to the West Sacramento Christmas tree lighting. So on West Capitol Avenue, City Hall over there, they have a big tree. Is it a pine tree? It's a permanent. I don't know. It's a permanent tree. They don't ship it in, or maybe they do. I have no idea.
No, it's there year round. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. But it's a huge deal, and we didn't go last year for whatever reason. We went this year, and I wasn't expecting much. I was expecting 100, 200 people, but it was like festive as heck.
I felt like we were in a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
In a small town.
Yeah.
Packed with people.
Yeah.
There were food trucks. There was free cookies, hot chocolate. There's joy abounding throughout the crowd.
Yes.
And our son was there with his friends separately from us.
Yes.
But we knew we were going to see him there.
We ran into him. Yeah.
So his little buddies and him were running around. We were chatting with them. Everyone was having a fun time.
Yeah. If we were in a Hallmark movie, honey, would you be like the rich, out of touch socialite coming back to her small hometown, and then I'd be like hot local single dad, and we meet cute, and then I would teach you the meaning of Christmas and life and love. It was so much fun. And the thing, it was bussing. Like, there were a couple thousand people there, but we parked at the Rite Aid, between the Rite Aid and the Planet Fitness. So parking was, and there were a lot of cars, but we found a spot almost immediately. We walked down the street, 30-second walk maybe. So it wasn't a giant, or it wasn't like a Times Square, New Year's Eve. And I like that it's low key, it's chill, it's small scale. We got in, we got out, and it wasn't overwhelming. Christmas was in the air. West Sacramento Mayor Martha Guerrero was on stage amongst other social luminaries. But it was so much fun. There was just so much goodwill and love in the air that I'm so glad we went. It was so much fun. They were supposed to flip the switch on the lights on the tree at 7. There were like a few errors, like 3, 2, 1. Nothing would happen.
There were some technical difficulties.
It was straight out of Chevy Chase Christmas Vacation. But like the 4th or 5th time they got it, and I was just filled with so much joy and community. One thing I wanted to mention was that Lennox's friend Big Jonathan, who we met for the first time, he was like, "Do you guys want a cookie?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want a cookie." So and they were giving away free cookies at there's several tables, there's tons of tents, there's lots of stuff going on. So he went and he got us a free cookie and he brought it back. I'm like, "Thanks, Big Jonathan."
What a nice kid.
And then another thing is that, so you make pizzas for Lennox's lunch and Luna's lunch. But so they go to school with a sack lunch, but it has pizza in there. And Len's always saying that he gives Big Jonathan some of his pizza.
Yeah.
And when he first told me that, I was like, "Hey, I'm paying for that pizza. You eat that pizza. Never mind Big Jonathan." But Big Jonathan was like, when he finally saw us and met us, he's like, "Your pizza's so good."
Yeah, that was so nice.
I know.
I was like, "Oh, you're adorable."
I know.
And now I want to send him with his own pizza and Lennox's lunch.
Yes. Well, I think you should start charging, honey. $1 a day, just a little off the top. You could turn it into a side hustle. There's Tortilla Lady. You're the pizza lady, honey.
Yes.
I mean, it's all coming together. Alrighty. Well, there you have it, my fellow West Saxons. Thumbs up big thumbs up for Sal's Tacos, and I hope you get a chance to enjoy it like we did. Sending you all love and light. Thank you for listening to West Sac Best Eats, where we dine on all the fabulous food West Sacramento restaurants have to offer. Heard exclusively here on KYWSLP 92.9 FM on your radio dial. Hashtag West Sac Best Sac. Oh, bye bye.